Well, good morning. This is Pegleg the Pirate, and we're on our second tutorial about prims. Now today we're going to be looking at the prim menus. Now let's create our prim by right-clicking on the ground, and we're again here at Fermi Sandbox. That's F-E-R-M-I. Right-click, create, and the box. Click on the box. And there is our box. Let us open it up to general, and you'll notice it says object up here. We'll change that later. Right now what we're looking at, let's see, I want to bring this up for you. Okay, this is what we're looking at when you first open up that prims menu. This is the general tab. We're going to be looking at general, object, texture, and content. Content being that we're going to drag some items out of our inventory and put them in the content box menu, and that will place those items inside the box so that you can transfer the box to whomever that you wish. So let's go on to our next general. This is only the top half. So let's look at the other half. Now, notice all of these boxes here. The only ones that you're interested in is show and search, for sale, modify, copy. You'll notice there's a check mark here for resale. Once you click on copy, this will light up. And then what I do is generally I take that check mark out, which means that whoever you're giving this box to cannot give it away, can't sell it. On the bottom here it says touch grab by default, which means that anyone who touches the box will be able to get its contents. There's also an option for buy. If you were to buy, to set this for sale, you would click up here for sale and put your price in lindens here. If you're sending it to a friend, you would set it for 0. Okay, 0 lindens. You just put 0 in there. There's also a option for pay. Now that's like a tip jar, and you would set that for pay, and anyone who clicked the box would select the amount to be paid to the box, and then that amount would be sent to your account. Now here we have the name. I've selected the name transfer box, and I've selected show and search. I selected for sale 0, and I selected modify. I selected copy. As you can see, I've already taken out the resale giveaway, and I've left it at touch or grab, which is the default. You can also set that for buy, in which case the person you're sending to would click, and they would be asked, will you buy this box with 0 linden from Pegleg Pirate? Now here we have the object. No, what do we got? We have texture, so that's a little bit advanced for us. We don't want the texture windows. We want our next. That's the last one. Here we go. The next one is the object menu. Now there's so many options here. If you open this building block type, you'll see there's a whole list of different kinds, like cylinder, prism, sphere, which is a ball. Okay. Now let us look at size, because that's important, and we'll show you how the sizing works on this. Alright, now object, and we're going to change this one the bottom Z, and we're going to change that to 0.01. Now watch the box shrink. That determines the height of your box. I'll do that again, and this time we're going to make it 1.0, and you'll notice that the box is now a bit larger. The next one we're going to do here is we're going to do 1.0, and you'll notice that let's do it at let me really see. Let's change that to a 3. That's Y that we're changing. So Y is now 3. Click outside the box, and you'll notice that it has grown to the north, or top to bottom if you're looking at it from this angle, and that becomes larger. So your Z determines the height. Your Y determines the length. Now let's also change X to 3, and you'll notice that it is now much wider. So Z is height, Y is length, and X is width. Now this determines exactly what size, what height, length, and width. That's what these 3 boxes will give you. Now let's go up here to where it says box. You'll notice there's a whole bunch of options here, and we can change that to a cylinder. And see hollow? Watch what hollow does. Now we're going to keep clicking on this, and we can make this hollow. Let's bring it back, see? Now, on the path cut begin and end, let's do, oh, okay, here we go. Watch this change into a pie. We're using B. Path cut begin and end, we're using B, and the left side is now 3/4 size. Now let's do the other end, which is E, and we'll start cutting here, and you'll notice that now that now that circle or cylinder is now a half a cylinder. There's all kinds of things that we can do in objects. We can make them different shapes. We can make them hollow. Let's make this hollow again. Now we've made an arch by clicking on hollow. So that is our object, and we're getting to where it's 8.5 minutes into the tutorial out of a 10-minute tutorial. So let's leave that here, and we'll do texture as our next video. Okay, so we've learned what the general menu is and how to modify the menu, and group set here, we can group set that to none. Now group set is if you want to keep this item only for your one particular group, and you can set that so only the group members can open that. Here we have it 9.5 minutes, so let's do this fast. This is the object menu which we looked at, and we're going to be looking at texture menu next. So we're done with this particular tutorial.